To help us with this experiment, let me introduce you to Rebecca Taylor, our data baby. Rebecca's not a real person. She's actually just a laptop and a smartphone, but she has a fully fledged online identity. We've devised a Facebook page for her, opened a Twitter account. She even posts on Pinterest. In other words, she behaves online like any normal user. But we can track precisely where she goes and what happens to her information online.
For us to be able to reveal the secret life of your phone, we had to ask Rob to build us a brand new, bespoke, little black box and show us how it works.
So this phone we've reconfigured so that it communicates exclusively to this computer. So this tiny computer has a Wi-Fi dongle which receives the information. We can then record all the traffic before it then gets broadcast out on the 3G dongle, out eventually to the internet.
And you end up with it on the laptop where you can show us everything that happened.
That's right.
We've also been tweeting out questions every hour for 24 hours to find out a bit more about how our viewers use their phones, because that's important and revealing. It's not scientific, because we just ask people to tweet in the questions, but it is revealing. It's often via the apps you've installed on your phone that you end up sending out this information unwittingly. So the first thing we asked people was, how many apps have you got installed on your phone and how many of them are you using right now? 25% of respondents said they had over 100 apps on their phone. 22 Bishop said he had 111 installed and he was using 3 right now: Twitter, Facebook and Zyme.
Channel 4 News Google Hangout at 1 o'clock, where we're going to be talking about internet data privacy, who can see what you're up to and who's collecting all that data on you, and whether or not we should be happy to hand it over. It is obviously a highly topical topic at the moment. There are news stories every day about internet data collection. We've got web apps that monitor our locations, even our heartbeats, web browsers that are gathering more and more information about us all the time, while simultaneously we're learning just how much of this information UK and US governments are storing and analysing about us. So it's time to ask whether or not we're handing over too much data to the companies that allow us to use the internet for free, or whether or not that just is the price of being able to use the internet for next to nothing most of the time. And we've got a great panel of experts who are going to discuss this topic with us.
To show how easy it is to hack into just about anyone's emails, we invited a group of students to participate in a short experiment. We promised them a free lunch, and that was enough to tempt them in, and we told them it had something to do with mobile phones. We did not tell them precisely what was about to happen.
We find out.
Using only a small receiver attached to their laptops, they're able to create Wi-Fi networks that look like the familiar, trusted networks the students use all the time. Any of our students might have been wary if they had knowingly logged on to an insecure public network like you might find in a bar or a coffee shop. But their phones are being tricked into automatically joining what looks like an approved and trusted network, sending all their traffic through our hackers' laptops. They had no reason to suspect anything, but while they dug into the egg and cress...
Her Facebook profile is open. She shows where she lives.
Glenn and Daniel could see their Facebook pages, check where they'd been, even read their personal emails.
I'm seeing your Facebook and your email. Your Yahoo Mail, it turns out, was it's not encrypted.
Going through my email.
You can go through your inbox. At that point, we have control. So there I'm just looking at, I can send email.
I do know I have quite an open online profile, but to see the emails come up on the screen, that was a bit shocking. All my work emails and personal things, so that was surprising. It's like really scary to know that can happen.
And it's not just your email. Our hackers could identify the precise locations where our students' phones had previously logged onto Wi-Fi networks.
Someone went to the States and connected to a network with a unique name, such that's the only one that's in the database. So I know that you've been there. And anyone from Romania or visited Romania?
Did you realise that the phone in your pocket was sort of practically a GPS tracking device?
Not to that extent. I didn't realise it was that easy to track my whereabouts, and even if they don't have anything on me in the first place, they can just find out everything they need to know through my phone.
Need more Facebook likes? Start today from as little as $8.99 and give your Facebook a boost.
As part of our investigation, we set up a Facebook page for a fictional company, Becca's Cupcakes page. We bought 2,500 likes from Social Booster, a bargain at just $39.99. 3 days later, the likes arrived, including one from Penny Lewis. We spoke to some of the others who'd also liked our made-up page, and none of them had any idea they were promoting our cupcakes online. Social Booster told us the company had recently changed hands and they wouldn't answer any of our questions about where they get their likes.